So they released the trailer. Apparently it's called Season of the Construct. Okay? So far this is the only thing that I know about it. I literally just woke up like 15 minutes ago, alright? So, I mean, let's see it. Why not? If this ends up on YouTube, hi YouTube. That's all you get. Alright, what is this? You know what? Fuck, hold up. Let's watch it on YouTube. Alright.
Welcome, Wanderer. I sense that recent events have brought you to me.
Surely it's loud enough.
These are strange times indeed. So many fear the inexplicable. I deal in it. And you seek answers. This will lead you to the knowledge you desire. Legends state this rune is the missing piece of an arcane construct.
The One Piece?
A mighty weapon capable of harnessing ancient power for the one strong enough to control it.
So we get like a bet?
For the construct is buried deep beneath Kyrgyzstan in the ancient vaults of Zoltan Kul.
Zoltan?
Untouched for centuries, they are protected by deadly traps of Kul's own design.
What the hell?
And guarded by his mechanical horrors.
My god.
But the architect Zoltan Kul overestimated his cleverness. In his hubris, the mage abandoned his work, leaving darker forces free to corrupt his machinations and claim the vault's power for themselves.
Man, Zoltan Cole
The
fucking up.
answers await you in
What
the
else is new?
depths. Take the rune, if you dare.
So this didn't tell me anything. Is there like anything more? That's it? That's all it is. Okay, January 23rd. But I was looking at Wowhead. Okay? You can't fucking gaslight me that there's nothing else. I saw there was like other shit. Season 3 revealed blog post. Alright, there it is. Surely, right? 3 hours ago. Yep, that's gotta be it. Ancient forces threaten sanctuary aided by whatever companion. Seneschal? Has there many traps and devastating constructs? Man, I hope it's not gonna be like a season based entirely around traps. So I'm gonna lose my mind. There's a new dungeon type called Vault. Seasonal robotic Seneschal companion. I'm gonna just call it Seneschal, alright? If that's wrong or whatever, alright, I'll have to deal with that later. It sounds like Seneschal. Weekly leaderboards in the gauntlet. Okay. Demon Malphus. I don't think we know that guy. So anyway, there's gonna be a new quest sign. I mean, that just makes sense. There's always a quest sign. Nobody really cares about it. Wait, what? Did it say Golem? For a second I thought I saw Golem. A new threat lurks deep beneath the sands of Kyrgyzstan where there loom an ancient technology designed by Zoltan Kol and Ayuzan, who of Chaldeum has been usurped by the forces of evil. Demon Malphus is responsible, who cares? This doesn't tell me anything. Travel to the Gate Hall, the town center, underneath Kyrgyzstan? That serves as your base? Wait, what? We get a new town? Wait, we get an entirely new town? Beneath Kyrgyzstan. Me trying to remember where the fuck is Kyrgyzstan. Is that like the bottom left? I think that's Kyrgyzstan. Kyrgyzstan is just like an area. I don't think that's a town. When you say under Kyrgyzstan, that could be anywhere. But like, who gives a damn? The gate hall is your conduit to access the deadly vault, riddled with elemental hazards and constructs. These vaults are the key to harnessing the true potential of the loom. Alright, and Malphas is gonna be a new boss fight. To play the season quest, you must create a new... Yeah, who cares? Take advantage of the skip main campaign feature once you've completed the prologue. Yeah, we know about that. That's been a thing already. So battle side by side with your with your companion, alright? Let's just say that. Alright. Wield the power of the loom by acquiring your very own seneschal companion, which becomes available during the quest sign. So they will actually like fight with us and do something. Alright, good to know. Using magical governing and tuning stones recovered from the vault and elsewhere in Sanctuary you augment your... Oh shit, they even have a picture. Okay, hold up. Let me just quickly read this. Governing stones determine which attacks your seneschal can perform. Okay. And tuning stones will augment those skills and provide greater utility. You can also equip him with 2 stones, governing stones, and 6 tuning stones. I don't know why I added the also. Yeah, they didn't say also. 1 governing stone for each attack and 3 tuning stones to augment the ability. There are 12 governing stones and 27 different tuning stones of different rarities to seek out in the wall. I mean, so far this, I mean, it sounds kind of cool, but like... Well, okay, let's just keep looking at it. Let's see the picture. So we got... Alright, so we have like a new tab, just like we had for like Seasons of Blood, or whatever it was called. So you got... These are like the tuning ones, like these 3, and these 3. And these are the governing ones. So like, this guy's gonna have like an Impale, which is a melee ability, and a Protect, which is a utility ability. And he's augmenting the Impale one with these things. Okay, sure, cool. And he's a level 50, so I'm guessing you're gonna be interacting with this like very soon in the season. I'm guessing like right after the campaign. I mean, I think they said that. So, I mean, nice. I mean, it depends on how useful the actual companion is. Like, if it's just like some little bozo that's just following you around doing nothing, like, it doesn't really matter.
Yes, shit. Yes, thank you so much.
It just
Thank
happened.
you.
Thank you, Click Clack, thank you.
Fuck you.
I love how your message didn't even show up in the chat overlay. I had to look at OBS. Thank you for the 2 months. Thank you. Wait, how can you... What? How did you... It hasn't been a month yet, has it? Wait, has it already been a month since you last subscribed? I thought you subscribed at like 20th or something. Nah, I don't know. Doesn't matter. Apparently it has. It's already been a month. Oh my god. Man, time flies. I'm just looking at the new Season 3 for Diablo 4. New patch. Well, it's gonna come out in a week. But so far they're adding like a little companion that you can like customize. Looks pretty cool. Alright. Anyway, let me continue reading this. Tuning and governing stones can be acquired in a few different ways. Complete vaults to earn 1 random tuning stone and seek out ward woven chests to earn additional tuning stones, both of which can be earned through various levels of the season journey. Okay, so I'm guessing ward woven chests are like little boxes that you can open. But like, it doesn't really matter how you get them. They're just saying like, okay, do the season journey and complete vaults. It ain't a cat though. I mean, that's true. It is a little robot. It do be resembling a spider, if anything. I wonder if you can like customize the looks of the little companion. If you could make it look like a dog. That would be pretty nice. Alright, defeating... Wait, hold up. Both types also have a low chance to appear as drops when playing Bolts and Arcane Tremors? What the hell is an Arcane Tremor? I'm pretty sure that's the first time they mentioned that. Defeating enemy constructs within the vault will also grant you Shattered Stone, which can be crafted into Governing and Tuning Stone at Jewelers. So you can like craft specific ones. I'm guessing hopefully that's not just random. But I mean, if there's only 27 of one type and like what is it, like 12 of the other type, yeah, it doesn't really matter. Like you're gonna get it, I'm guessing, like pretty much instantly. I would have dicks for the legs. Man. Imagine the like like the sloshy sounds it would make as it would walk. Oh god. Unlock the full power of the stones. To unlock their full power, you need to increase their raw power by leveling them. Collect or craft duplicates of the same stones. Fuse them together to grant XP. And eventually level up your currently held stones. You know what? While I'm reading this, let me just put something in the background. I just realized how fucking quiet it is. Squishy ass motherfucker. Alright. That's gonna be my background noise. So if you get duplicates of the same thing, you fuse them and it like levels them up. Wait, no, it levels up your currently held stones. What? Okay, I mean, sure. Like, basically you just like level up those little things. Like, what is it? Yeah, I mean, yeah, it literally says level 1 on them. I'm guessing that's level 1. What else would it be? Like, nothing else really makes sense. Increasing the level of these stones increases the potency and ability of these attacks, increasing your blah 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 blah. It can add additional projectiles or augment the damage type. I mean, I wonder how that actually works, because like in Diablo 4, there are things that work in a way where like if you do fire damage, for example, it might prog like a specific passive that you have that's like, hey, if you do fire damage, you take less damage for the next like 10 seconds, you know, that you take like 5% less damage. I wonder if the little companion counts for that. I'm guessing it does, because like Necro's minions obviously do, like Necromancer's minions. So like, I mean, that could be good for like proccing shit, I mean, at least. Wait, does that mean that the Talarasha band, like the thing that Sorceress has, it's gonna be like even more OP? If you don't know, there's this unique item that increases your damage by like 15% every time you do like a different type of elemental damage. You know, like if you do fire damage, ice damage, and poison damage, it like increases your damage more and more. But like you need to do like different types of damage. Like could I just have this little bozo pet just do a bunch of like different types of attacks and just proc my Talarasha? Man, sorcerers are gonna be feasting this season again, aren't they? No. Oh no. Once you've acquired your seneschal, they'll follow you everywhere in Sanctuary. Until Season of Construct ends. Okay, so you don't need to like recharge them or anything. Below is a full list of the stones. Okay. Oh my god. So they actually just like tell us every single one of them. Does Wowhead like separate this? No. No, it doesn't. I think I'm just gonna read this over here. Alright. So, wait, maybe Wowhead has like a little special section. Season 3 patch notes coming. Is it there? Stay tuned for our full patch notes. Wait, no, that's useless. 6 new uniques and legendary aspects. Oh, all governing stones and tuning stones. Do they have it? No, it's just a big blob of text. Oh my god, please. Well, here I go. Okay, the governing stones are like the most important. Like these are the actual abilities that the robot uses, and you can only have 2 of these. Auto defense. Okay, so let's see what kind of bullshit they pulled. So he activates an anti. Okay, yeah, he activates. Thank you for the metal pipe. Thank you. That was the follow sun in case this ends up on YouTube. Around itself. Okay, shooting down enemy projectiles. Wait, what? It can't shoot down balls or play. Like, of course, it's not gonna shoot down your projectiles. And bosses don't really matter. So, like, they're just basically saying, like, this ain't gonna work on Lilith. Wait, that's actually kind of good. Like, if it actually just, like, destroys the projectile completely, like, this can help your survivability by a lot. I wonder if it works for, like, affixes, like, you know, like the little meteors or, like, the artillery shots that some of them shoot. I don't think it will, but maybe it will. Anyway, bushwhack. Quickly ambush, dealing damage to each target, may strike the same target multiple times. So that's just damage. Firefly. Deploy a small construct that lands on the target and explodes 3 times. Okay, just damage. I wonder if them saying deploy a small construct, like, does that mean that it's gonna be like a little companion? Or maybe they're just like using like nice words to just say like, hey, this just deals damage. Maybe that's it. The seneschal construct channels a ray of fire onto targets. Okay, that's more damage. Gyrate, huh? Is he gonna vibrate or something? My god. So once again, that's just damage. This time it's overtime. I mean... Wait, am I stupid? I read this one. It whirls its legs around quickly, dealing damage to all... Okay, so it's just AoE damage. Perform a line attack to all enemies in front. Okay, so that's like a line. Launch a ball of lightning at the target, dealing damage. Arcs to other targets, dealing a portion of the original damage. Okay. Protect. Materializes a protective barrier on the player for a portion of their maximum HP. Now hold up. This could be good. Like, all of these ones, it's literally just damage. Okay, like, let's be honest. If the bot, like, if the little construct doesn't deal, like, good damage, all of these are gonna be just useless. And they're just gonna be used to, like, proc damage types and stuff like that. So, you don't need to worry about it. And you're probably just gonna take the one that like hits as many enemies as often as possible. But if he does good damage, then I guess you'll actually be like choosing between them. Now, the ones that actually like provide you defenses, that's quite useful because that means that you don't have to take the defense yourself. You know, like you could like get rid of like some kind of, you know, like HP affix and just replace it with more damage for yourself, which could be helpful. And a protective barrier on the player could actually be really good. Because, like, having a barrier is better than just getting the HP in a lot of cases. Because, like, you know, like, you can stag with your barrier. Like, you can have something like, you know, if you have a barrier, you do more damage or something like that. Or it's just, like, you could be utilizing it for, like, the while injured builds, you know? Because like while injured builds only work if you have a barrier, because otherwise you just like slowly take the damage and you can't really use a pod, because otherwise, well, if you do, you won't be injured anymore and you just instantly die. So like getting one more way of getting a barrier, even on something like a Sorg, which already gets a lot of barriers, could be good. Reconstruct. Channels a reconstruction beam, healing the player. Okay, so you also have a heal over time. I don't know how much. Like, is it like 100%? Is it 20%? Depends. Could be. Well, I mean, if one of these is gonna be good, I'm guessing it's most likely gonna be Protect. Reconstruct is most likely just gonna be filler. I don't think it's gonna be good. Hey, what up, Dan? Slash. Pummels enemies in front of the seneschal construct, dealing damage. Okay, that's just damage. Electrically charge an enemy, causing it to deal damage to themselves, an additional each second over time. If the enemy is killed, Tempest spreads to another enemy, gaining for additional time. And bonus, is there like a mistake? Tempest spreads to another enemy, gaining... I mean, it doesn't matter, it's just damage, okay? These bonuses are also applied if Tempest is... reapplied onto the same. I don't know why this one is like so long compared to the other ones, but essentially it just says it deals damage, okay? So basically, that's all of the attacks, okay? So that's like one of those two little runes, you know, like that. Did they mention Impale? Oh yeah, they did, yeah. Yep. I mean, my prediction, okay? My prediction is that Protect is gonna be like the most useful compared with like auto defense. And like, if we're gonna use an attack, it's gonna be one of the ones that just like deals a lot of small hits, you know, to just like proc random stuffs. Maybe it's even gonna proc lucky hits, like I don't know. I don't think this little bot is actually gonna be used for like actually dealing damage. Unless maybe if you're a Necro and you have like a minion build. Yeah, I wonder how Necros are gonna work. Like, will Necros give bonus damage even to like this little bozo if they improve their minions? Wait, doesn't Necro always like specify like increased damage to your skeletons? I don't think it would work for this. But anyway, let's see the tuning stones. I wonder, are these just gonna be like, hey, you deal a little more damage, or are they actually gonna be like, you know, good? Let me take this off. How's the hangover then? I'll catch you later. Alright, see ya, Click Clack. Man, Click Clack literally just joins the stream, subscribes, Giga Chad, leaves. Then it's hangover. Tired as usual. My god. So basically, I'm just looking at this, right? How the hell does this work on Protect? Like Protect. Like, for example, like Protect just gives you a barrier for a portion of your max HP. What does increasing the effect size gonna do? I'm guessing this just doesn't work on Protect. I'm gonna just like take a guess that this is only gonna be used on something like Impale. Or maybe like Gyrate. Support skill gains attack speed. Okay, so it's just like you get size, you get attack speed. Breaking support damage from the supported skill instantly destroys enemy barrier effects. In addition, there's a chance to make enemies vulnerable for 2 seconds. Okay, I was about to say, which fucking enemies in the game have a barrier? It's like, I couldn't think of a single one, but then I realized that in Nightmare Dungeons, there is that one affix that gives enemies a barrier for like 30% of their HP. So like, I guess this could break that. But the fact that this can make an enemy vulnerable for 2 seconds, this is what I meant, you know, like, if we're gonna use this for like actual attack moves, it's gonna be something that just like procs, for example, this vulnerable a lot. What's the actual content for Season 3? So far, they said... Well, the trailer didn't really show anything, okay? I'm not even gonna show you that. If you wanna watch that, you can watch that later. It doesn't actually show any gameplay, it's just like a trailer. But basically, so far, vaults are like a new type of dungeon. They said something about like an arcane something. They didn't actually explain what it was. Arcane Tremors. I don't know what that is. And you're like gathering these little stones and you're putting them into this bot. So basically you're gonna have like this little bot companion that follows you around and you can like customize what attacks he does. and you can also customize the little attacks with these runes, you know? So like this big rune is the attack, and these 3 runes are like customizing the attack itself, you know? That's basically it so far. I wonder if there's actually more to this. You know, let me just like skip this for a second. Is there actually something new? Yeah. There, test yourself in the dungeon, vault, staunch the spread of arcane tremors, quality of life updates. Enhance movement with WASD? Oh shit! Wait, they're actually adding WASD. And health tides are always active. Extra stash tab. Oh, that's pretty nice. So no loot filter. Well, alright. Honestly, I didn't expect them to add it. maybe they say it, but let's get back to this, alright? So breaking support, this could be useful on classes that want to like prog the vulnerable thing, and they can't really. Decreases the cooldown of the supported skill. Okay, so I'm guessing the attack speed bonus does not work on Protect, but you have to use like tactical support on Protect, because like Protect wouldn't really get a buff from attack speed, you know? It's just, you're probably just looking at the cooldown. Efficiency support. Like this, for example, this feels like weird champ to me, alright? Like, why would they split this rune into 2 when it's essentially the same thing? It's just like, hey, use this attack or defense ability more often. Like, they could have just like had both of these like be the same rune. No? Is that just me? I mean, it doesn't really matter. When the supporting skill deals damage, you gain crit chance to the same target's hit. I mean, that sounds good. So like, I'm guessing it is actually gonna be what I thought it was. Just like, you're gonna use this little bot to deal small amounts of damage, so it like procs random shit on them, and then you actually do the damage. Okay, good to know. Supported skill gains a crit damage bonus. Okay, that's just like increases the bot's damage. When you use the supported skill, grants damage reduction to you. Oh shit! So you can just get damage reduction from the bot at all times. I mean, that's good. Portion of the supported skill. I wonder if this actually works on like damaging moves. Like if he just uses the attack, is it gonna give me the damage reduction? I mean, it doesn't say that it shouldn't. Like, it just says like when used. It doesn't say that it has to like be used on me. I mean, that sounds good. Portion of the supported skill's damage dealt is applied as cold damage over time and applies chill. See? Tal the Rasha enjoyers be fucking feasting tonight, alright? Well, not really. I mean, Sorks always do cold damage anyway, so it doesn't really matter. Unless you could just be like, I'm not gonna use Ice Blades anymore. I mean, maybe. Portion of the supported skill's damage is applied as burning damage over time. I mean, same thing as I said before. Burning enemies take bonus crit damage from the construct. Oh, okay, that doesn't matter. Portion of the supported skill's damage dealt is applied as lightning damage. And has a chance to stun. Bleeding support. So this is gonna be bleeding. And they take bonus bleeding from all sources while moving. Yeah, sure. That's a little weird, but like, sure. Applied as poison. Poison has a chance to spread all poison damage to an additional enemy. Oh. I don't think that's like that useful now that I think about it, but like, I mean, sure. Okay, this is shadow damage, and afflicted enemies who attack have a chance for their attacks to be interrupted? Does not interrupt bosses. I mean, this is defense technically. Like, you could just put this on and be like, okay, the skill does shadow damage and their enemies have a chance to just like interrupt their attacks. That's survivability, I mean, sure. Supported skills have their duration increased. Okay, that could be useful for Protect, for example. So like I'm already seeing like, okay, increase the duration of protect, give it like the thing that gives you damage reduction and also the cooldown reduction for like the protect ability. And maybe it's gonna be permanent. Like if that could result in a permanent shield on you, like a permanent barrier, that could actually be like very good. Like anyone could use an while injured build, and while injured builds are hidden OP. I mean, not really that hidden, like there's a lot of people who use it, but like they're mostly just like, you know, like top tier players. Like I like the while injured builds because it's basically like you're literally invincible. It's like if you get all of the while injured affixes on and you get like a barrier skill that you can have like permanently on, you are literally invincible. Like you can't die unless the enemy like somehow manages to break the barrier, which they won't. I mean, because it's like gonna be huge. Anyway, when the Seneschal Construct uses the supported skill, you gain Fortify. Skills with slower attack speed or skills with cooldowns will increase the amount of Fortify. So like everyone can have Fortify from this boss though too. I mean that could be good. Player gains an amount of primary resource when the supporting skill first deals damage. Oh! So just like more resource gen. That could be useful. But it has to be like on one of the ones that deals damage. Supported skill will cause to teleport the target if out of range. Oh, so like he just like teleports to the enemy. I think that's useless. Supported skill can hit additional enemies. Supported skill can launch additional projectiles. Pierce multiple enemies. I mean, these could be like useful for like more procs. Damage and effects done by the supporting skill to distant enemies pulls them towards the Seneschal Construct. Can only occur once every so often per enemy. Oh shit. So if you make your robot attack enemies that are like very far away and very often, you could essentially have like a D3 monk as a support with you. Like you could have a little pet Diablo 3 monk, because he would just like be constantly grouping all the enemies together. And if he also like manages to stun them for a second or two, like this could be very nice. Very like this could be like the second skill that you use. It depends, like how often can the bot attack enemies that are like distant? Any damage caused from the skill is registered. The registered damage explodes at effectiveness when the target dies as fire damage. So like a corpse explosion. I mean, it's just damage. I mean, you know what? If I'm gonna throw in a random guess, alright? Just like completely random based on nothing, okay? If there's gonna be a skill that's gonna deal like an insane amount of damage, like actual damage, not just like little bulkies that's gonna just like increase your damage. I mean like the bot actually dealing more damage. It's gonna be this one. Like I can see this being like, okay, you group up a lot of enemies and the bot just like keeps hitting them and then you kill one of them and they all just blow up. Maybe. Alright? I'm just like completely guessing. It might turn out to be useless, which it probably will, let's be honest. The supported projectile skill will auto-seek enemies for a limited duration. This, with gripping, with like, you know, like you can hit like additional enemies, like piercing, gripping, and seeking. And then an ability that just like, you know, maybe hits like multiple times. This could like actually work as like a gripping thing. Maybe. I don't know. Damage from the supported skill slows enemy movement speed as useless. But like I guess it's technically CC. Why wouldn't you just use the chill though? The closer the enemy is, the greater the slow amount. It's trash. Damage done by the supporting skill taunts enemies. Yo, taunt! It could be useful. Anyway, what is this? Scholars have spoken in hushed whispers concerning rumors of fabled turning stones far beyond the capable power of mere mortals. Their existence is ephemeral, never confirmed by a dignified mage of high ranking. Watch me just like drop them as the very first one. Evernight and Genesis, so they don't actually tell us what these two do. Okay, cool. How many of them did they show? I need to count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25. Okay, so it is 27 with these. They said there's gonna be 27 tuning stones. I wanted to know if this is like 27 plus 2 more, or if it's 25 plus 2. Okay, just 27. It is just 27. Test yourself in deadly new dungeons. Alright? Vaults. Okay, just like a little bit of lore. Originally armed, who cares? The vaults are specialized dungeons that house elemental hazards devised by Zoto. By the way, these are new models. This doesn't exist in the game. I guess they're literally like reusing the little pad already, but yeah, these don't exist. I think this is also a new model. Or don't we have a scorpion in the game? But like, we don't have a scorpion that looks like this. Like, they actually did like introduce new models into the game. Because like everything before then was literally just the recolors and nothing else. Oh shit. It's an actual new monster family. The Constructs. Okay. Several elemental variants of these monsters lurk in wait for any whatever. So upon entering the vault, after converting the required pearls of warding, so I'm guessing that's like the nightmare sigils equivalent, like sigil dust maybe. You can be blessed by Zoltan's warding, special layered blessing which grants access to riches within the vault. It diminishes stag by stag if you manage to fall prey to the various hazards. Okay. Okay, let's keep reading before I start talking. If you manage to keep the warding intact after defeating the vault boss, you'll unlock a ward woven chest, which has like the little runes, or whatever they call it, which is a higher chance of granting legendary items. Unique items, please. Can we have another way of earning Uber uniques other than fucking Uber Duriel? I beg you, Blizzard. Using Pearls of Warding can increase the risk by exchanging them for extra stacks of Zoltan's warding at the vault entrance. Succeed and your reward will increase as well. Okay. At World 3, Nightmare Vaults unlock. Vault sigils will drop alongside typical Nightmare Dungeon sigils, okay, or they can be crafted which will require Pearls of Warding to create. Similar to Nightmare Dungeons, I'm gonna guess pretty much identical. However, they will have deadly constructs and hazards. So I'm guessing it's literally an identical Nightmare Dungeon except it has constructs. And like there are new seasonal shit. It's a bit cool. So basically what they're saying here is you go into a vault and if you don't die, you get a bonus reward. And if you do die, the bonus reward is gonna get like progressively lower. So like you don't want to die in these vaults. I mean, cool, I guess. Dispatching elite constructs grants Pearls of Warding. Can be used to earn higher value the rewards from replaying vaults. Replaying vaults? What do they mean by that? Are the vaults always gonna be like the same layout? Or replaying is a weird word to use. Negated by defeating the vault's mighty herald construct. This didn't really tell us anything. It's kind of just like lore. Coming soon, leaderboards. Does anybody care? Actually, like, does anyone actually give a damn about leaderboards? Fight through the gauntlet, a weekly rotating fixed dungeon. Okay, now this is something I care about. But like, what do you get for doing it? Only the strongest will emerge to claim the first place. And you will earn a permanent place in the Hall of the Ancients. So, do you get like any special rewards? D2 veterans been crying about leaderboards. I mean, I know that a lot of people like say that they want leaderboards. And I mean, I'm not saying it's like a bad addition to the game. It's definitely like gonna make the game better. But like, I'm just saying, like 99.9% of the player base is never gonna end up on the leaderboard. So like, to you, it's just like a, you know, like a who cares kind of moment. Like, it's like, I would rather have it in the game than not. But honestly, like, I don't give a damn. Quality of life. Okay, this is the thing. So I did read this already. Hell Tides, active all the time. Good. I mean, I don't see a reason why they wouldn't be active all the time. Like, but like, I don't really care. I never really found Hell Tides to be like a limiting factor, but that's because I didn't actually play the game as much. If you did play the game a lot, then Hell Tides would be very limiting. So that is very good. But it doesn't affect me. For me, what's missing is tier sets. Just farming the same legendaries over and over but with better item power gets redundant, in my opinion. If I were to progress from legendaries to a special set, it would feel more rewarding. Like, the sets, like, they always create this weird issue, you know? Where, like, if you have sets, it limits your, you know, like, it limits your itemization a lot. Because, like, for example, if there's a 6-piece set, right, and you need it because it's like really good, then you're always gonna use those same 6 pieces and there's like no customization to it. It's kind of like boring. It's like Diablo free customization. I don't mind it. I liked Diablo free itemization, alright? I like Diablo free itemization more than any other one. And I am definitely the only person in the world who's gonna say that. Because I like simplicity, but a lot of people don't. Alright? And like, technically the same thing happens with Uber uniques and like uniques in general. Like, anytime I'm playing a build and I see that the build uses a lot of uniques, I'm always like, thank God. Because you know what that means? If I need a unique helmet, a unique chestplate, a unique pants, what that means to me, anytime I see pants, chest plates, or helmets, you know, like yellow ones, I can just delete them. And it feels so good. Because it just like lowers the amount of fucking loot filtering that I have to do. Like, next season, I am going to play a build that uses as many fucking uniques as possible. I have just decided. That wasn't the plan, but now that you mentioned it, I'm gonna play a build that uses as many fucking uniques as possible, so I never have to look at anything. it's gonna be so good. No wrong about that. Like, make the tier sets the same RNG like Uber unique, so you can transition into that set immediately. That would be, yeah, that would make sense, but if it had like the same kind of RNG like Uber uniques, that would basically mean that you would literally never get a set. Because, like, you know, it's already hard enough to get a single Uber unique, unless the set just dropped at the same time, like all of it. But like, that would also be kind of stupid. But you have to work for even after 100. Either sets or a loot filter, any of them are needed. Because like they did say, like in season 2, Uber Uniques were like farmable and they were gettable. But brother, I'm telling you, the drop chance on them was still too low. Like way too low. Like even if you, like there were people who got like 400 or 500 Duriel kills and they didn't get the one Uber Unique that they needed, right? Because like, yeah, you got a bunch of Uber Uniques, but like when all of them are kind of trash, it's like you don't really care about the other ones, right? Everyone just wanted a Shaco. Or like the Selig's Heart, or whatever it was called. Or like Grandfather, you know? Either sets or a loot filter, any of them are needed. Like the itemization needs just a rework, like straight up. That's it. Like right now, the way the itemization is, PoE players don't like it, and Diablo 3 players don't like it either. I am a D3 player, and everyone else is a PoE player, and nobody's happy about the itemization, alright? I'm just saying. Like, it's too complicated for me, and it's not complicated enough for a Path of Exile player. So like casuals don't like it, and like, you know, like actual like hardcore players don't like it either. Which means it's like in the worst fucking spot possible. Like I would be more fine if it like became more of a Path of Exile, even though I don't really enjoy that kind of stuff. I like simplicity, alright? Which is gonna get me a lot of hate. Maybe, probably. But like, I just like games being simple, alright? But I wouldn't mind if this turned into a Path of Exile. But brother, what I, and I think everyone can agree on, we need a fucking last epoch loot filter in every fucking ARPG. Just period. It's like, we need it in Path of Exile, we need it in Diablo 4, we need it everywhere. Like, for the love of God, please. I guess you don't need it in Diablo 3 because Diablo 3 you only pick up legendaries. Because like at the moment I feel like Uber Uniques aren't worth the hassle getting past 100. Yeah, like Uber Uniques, the only reason you would get them in Season 2 is if you were trying to progress Abattoir of Zir. And Abattoir of Zir was garbage, okay? Like, it was too difficult, okay? Like, which you might be like, okay, well, that, you know, like too difficult isn't necessarily an issue. It does become an issue when it's too difficult in kind of a only 100 people in the entire world manage to beat the hardest tier, which that's just stupid. Like, if only 100 people in the world are able to beat like the hardest tier of something, why does it even exist? Okay, there's just no point. Like, yeah, I know people want to have like a goal that they can like eventually reach, but like, it's the same shit that people were like making an argument about when people complained about the Uber Unique drop chance in Season 1. They were like, oh yeah, I don't want Uber Uniques to drop all the time, I want something to farm forward to, you know, like I want to be, I want to have this goal in front of me. I mean, that's cool and all, but if the goal is literally unreachable, like, what was the chance that you would get a Uber Unique in Season 1? It was like, if you farmed for 1,000,000 years, you still wouldn't see it a single time. It's like, yeah, you know, like those kinds of goals that it's just like, you don't need that kind of a goal. Like, every goal should be like reachable if you actually put in the work. Like, tier 25 Abattoir of Zir was pretty much unreachable for everyone other than like people who literally only play Diablo 4 and nothing else. And the issue with that is the fact that Diablo 4 is supposed to be a casual game, right? Like, if Abattoir of Zir was the same way it is here, in Path of Exile, nobody would complain. People would be like, oh yeah, of course, hard content. That's what we signed up for. But in Diablo 4, it doesn't make any sense. It needs to be way easier. But that's just like my pet peeve about it. But yeah, they're adding WASD. Thank God. Like, I'm gonna fucking use this from now on. Like, I'm never fucking clicking ever again. Like, being able to use WASD to move in an ARPG just like increases the amount of time I can play the game for by like double. Because, you know, I'm using actually like 2 hands to play the game. It's not just one. We have made improvements to reallocating your skill tree, improvements to UI when trading gold, increased rates to earn the items needed to summon the beast in the ice. What? Beast in the ice? Like who who gives a fuck about beast in the ice? What? Huh? Was that an issue? Oh my god, they actually added like a respec mode. thank thank god. Finally, you don't have to like, I'm guessing you can just like reallocate the points however much you want and then you just like click save. Rather than having to like take away points and then put them somewhere else, but that like makes shit unavailable, so you have to like take away more points. Like brother. Respecking in D4, like the only way I always did it was just like refund everything and do it over. It's like, even though it would like cost you more gold on average, like just fuck it. I'm not like respecking, I'm just gonna like refund it and that's it. Anyway, earn rewards with the season journey and battle pass. Oh my god, I can't wait for my battle pass. Hold on, I need to blow my nose. By the way, all of these changes, I'll be honest, this is not good enough. Don't get me wrong, none of this is like making me mad, okay? All of this is just like good changes, but like, is this it? Maybe okay, maybe they're just like listing like what they think is the most important. Like who knows, maybe the full patch notes is gonna have the loot filter and then just like mentioned. But like, I'm just saying, like, who cares about all of this? Like, I don't want to be like too negative, alright? But like somebody who didn't like season 2. I'm not talking about myself, alright? I enjoyed season 2. I made 2 characters and leveled them to 100, okay? I feel like that's like more than everyone else. I mean, if somebody didn't like season 2, this isn't enough to make them come back. Like, this is like, we're like they were like completely radio silent about season 3 for like the past I don't know how long. And then they like come up with this? Like, this is it? I mean, sure. Boost to the duration of shrine effects. Chance to receive an additional turning stone. What is the chance to receive a... These are like the seasonal blessings you get. Duration of shrine effects is pretty nice. Everything else is literally useless. I wonder how much you can level up the little robot. Like all of these like little stones. Like they said you can level them up, but they didn't say how much. Like how far they go. Level 3? Like previously with like the seasonal blood, or is it like up to 20? I don't know. By the way, we will be using Metamorphosis. Wait, hold up. Yeah, we have the 6 new uniques and 7 legendary aspects. Where the hell did they mention this? Official website? Wait. Oh, we don't know what... we don't know what they are yet. Okay, so this is like the official website. Is there anything here? Seasonal companion, seasonal dungeons, aka the bolts, new boss battle, cool, Malfast, he's just gonna get one shot like every other one. New quest line, compete in the gauntlet coming soon. Wow, only the top 1000 mightiest. Claim a permanent home in the Hall of the Ancients. Yeah, like you'll be permanently on the leaderboards if you get there. Updated gameplay experience, persistent health diet, experience new power. Yeah, 6 unique and 7 legendary aspects. Endgame boss update, more glacial visual materials. Skill tree respec mod. Like, I don't know, am I being weird? Am I the only one who thinks that we like didn't get like anywhere near as much as I thought we would? Like, this season looks very small. Like, very small. Compared to like season 2. I feel like season 2 made me feel like, oh shit, we got like a bunch of new stuff. Season 3 is like, oh shit, we got a bunch of nothing. Oh no. Premium Battle Pass, 21 transmogs, 2 headstones. Oh yeah, let me check if it's pay to win. That's always the most fun part. Let me check if the thing is pay to win. So 700 platinum, that's how much you get. I don't think it's pay to win. Ah, Sag. I feel like most seasons have been small. Here, take new runes, new powers, new follower, pretty much the same shit but reskinned. Yeah, true. But like, at least with season 2 we got like, you know, like the end game bosses, you know, like hey, you can farm all of these different bosses and get like all of these different things. With season 3 we don't even get that. Wait, did that arrive on season 2 launch or was that like a... Yeah, I think that was on launch. That was on launch. I mean, they could like add some more stuff throughout the season. I mean, they did with season 2. So maybe there's gonna be more to this. They need to introduce more variety to the endgame, I feel like. Sure they did with season 2. Yeah, like, that's the issue. The main gameplay loop is boring as hell. I'm speaking in terms of how PoE does it. Yeah. Like, the only thing that they added is these vaults, okay? Well, okay, you know what? Let me just, like, play devil's advocate for a second, alright? They are adding new seasonal dungeons. Is this literally just gonna be nightmare dungeons? Or is it actually gonna have, like, a different flair to it? I don't know. We'll see. Like, they say that there's gonna be like traps. Like, are the traps actually gonna be something that you have to pay attention to, or is it just like, alright, let me run through it? I wonder. Take Delirium, take Delve. Wouldn't even be against if they started stealing some content from PoE. Like, I feel like they should steal everything from PoE. Like, they should steal the map system, they should steal Delirium, they should steal fucking Abyss and shit like that. Like, all of that is just good. Like, you know what's the issue? Alright, I'll tell you what the issue is, okay? Path of Exile, you go into a map and you can interact with pretty much every seasonal thing that has ever been added in that map. You know, like, there could be Delirium, there could be an Abyss, there could be, like, Delve things that you can pick up. There could be everything. You play Diablo 4, you go into a Nightmare Dungeon, it's just a Nightmare Dungeon. You go into a Helltide, it's just a Helltide. You go into a fucking... what was it called? Blood Harvest, it's just a Blood Harvest. Imagine if you're doing a Nightmare Dungeon, and occasionally, it's just like a Helltide Nightmare Dungeon, or there's like a Helltide area, and there's just like a shit ton of mobs randomly, and they tell you like, hey, kill mobs here and you get a bunch of Helltide fragments, and there's like a big Helltide chest at the end of it. You know, maybe it's time, maybe it's not. You know, like that kind of stuff. Or maybe like, you know, like you're just walking through the nightmare dungeon and boom, suddenly there's fucking Juriel. He's just chilling. Or like you have to like summon him, and you don't actually have to like go out of your way to go somewhere else and farm the materials. Like the gameplay needs to be like interconnected, right? And while also like giving you the choice, like do you want to enter? Because like in PoE, you can go, and if you see Delirium, you can just be like, I'm not doing that, and you just fucking walk around it. I feel like that's the main difference between PoE and Diablo 4. Like in PoE, if you're interacting with maps, you're interacting with everything. In Diablo 4, if you're interacting with Nightmare Dungeons, it's just Nightmare Dungeons. Like obviously they don't have enough content in Diablo 4 for you to actually like be able to like interact with other things, right? Like realistically we just have Nightmare Dungeons and Helltides. It's like that's it. Same gameplay loop is one of the main things making the gameplay redundant, just having a chance of butcher. Yeah, like the reason why I'm thinking that this isn't enough is because like in my brain, I'm looking at it like this. How is this gonna be any different from Season 2? You know, like, what was me in Season 2? I was going into a Nightmare Dungeon, I did the Nightmare Dungeon, I went back, put all of the shit into the stash, did a Nightmare Dungeon, did this like 5 times over, my stash was full, let me just like, you know, sort through my stash. And then I do the same thing again. And it's just like that over and over, right? Season 3, like, is there any difference? Like, the loot filter doesn't exist, okay? We have one more stash tab, so I can actually, like, be doing this for longer before I have to, like, sort my stash out. So I guess that's, like, one difference. But, like, that's not really a difference, right? Like, and these vaults, like, am I actually gonna be going into the vaults? Or am I just gonna be doing Nightmare Dungeons? If the vaults are cool, if the vaults are actually cool and like they're fun to do, then this is gonna be like kind of nice. Okay, like it's gonna be like a nice change of pace. Like, okay, I did like 5 Nightmare Dungeons, now I can do a vault. That would be like kind of cool. I don't think it's gonna be enough. I think it's still just gonna be like, hey, I'm looting items and then I'm having to look through them in my stash. Just having a chance of butchering enough. And this boss battle is just like, once again, like, who cares? Just introducing Goblin Rifts will be Pog. Once again, it gives a chance of a special event. True. Like, you kill a goblin and there's sometimes a portal. I don't know why they don't have that. I'll be honest, that was like the most fun part of Diablo 3. Just like, you find that fucking goblin shrine. What is it called? Like a bounty shrine? Or whatever. You click on it and it just spawns a shit ton of goblins. Wait, no, that's not how it worked. No, I think it was just, there was like a bunch of goblins surrounding a shrine. And you could just like kill them. Like, you didn't have to like summon them. Nah, they were always there. You just like heard, you know, like, you know the feeling of going through a rift and suddenly you just hear like a goblin and you're like, Pog, let's go, there's a goblin. And then you hear another one, and then you hear another one, and then you hear like 20 more, and you're just like, oh shit, finally. And you just go in there, melt all of them pretty much instantly, especially the gelatinous ones. Like, fucking getting the gelatinous ones was always so good, man. Diablo 4 doesn't have anything like that. Diablo 4 is just like, wake up, honey, it's time to grind items for 6 hours again. Okay, honey. Yeah. Or like when they open a portal to Whimsyshire or something. Like, obviously Whimsyshire wouldn't fit in Diablo 4. They could call it like Doomshire. and it would like play the Doom music, and there would be like a shit ton of enemies coming at you like all the time until you fucking die. Man, imagine that. Imagine like you're just like going through a rift. I mean, a nightmare dungeon. Sorry, freudian slip right there. You're going through a nightmare dungeon, and there's like a portal that opens up. You go into it, and it's just like mission objective, survive. And it's like the time limit is fucking an infinite number. Or it's like it's just like stuck at 666, you know? And there's just like enemies coming at you like all the time, and they're like get progressively stronger and stronger. Like every second the nightmare dungeon tier of the enemies just increases until it gets to like tier 25 abattoir of Zier level, and it just like goes above that, right, until you finally die, and there's just like a shit ton of enemies just like coming at you, and you don't have to like pick up anything, and after you're done with it, it teleports you out, and there's just like all of the items that would have dropped are just like on the floor. And it has like, maybe it has like a chance of like getting the uber uniques and shit like that. That would be cool. I don't know, I'm just spitballing. But anyway, if this ends up on YouTube, it's probably gonna end like right here. So see ya, YouTube. I just rambled on at the end for no reason. I mean, they can just skip it.